Hello, everybody. I'm psychic medium Parul Khanna, and I welcome you back to my channel. I want to welcome all the new subscribers also who have newly joined my channel. Thank you for being here. And today I'm going to talk to you about the three truths about the life after death. So, each day, I spend a lot of time, at least a few hours, talking to the spirit, sometimes for my clients, sometimes for the family members, and also sometimes just for myself. During all this time, when I'm having a one-on-one connection with a loved one in heaven, I've learned certain things from the spirit about life after death, and I feel that um, that is something that I should be sharing with you all. So while I will say here I refer to these things as truths, in actuality this is what I've learned when I'm connecting to the other spirits. I connect to people's spirit, my own family spirits, known spirits, to unknown spirits also, like for the clients whom I don't know anything about and they come for a reading to me, I connect to their loved ones in heaven. So unknown spirits. So after the reading I always try to ask a few things from the spirit to get to know the spirit world better. And there are certain things I've realized all the spirits in general have the same answers. The number one thing that spirits usually tell me is death is not the end because our spirits are eternal. Our bodies are temporary home to our spirits. So when we cross over, when we go, leave our body, detach ourselves from the bodies, and we transition to the transition out of our physical body, but our soul still continues on. It is eternal. It doesn't die. The earth is more or less like a classroom for all the spirits. Before they incarnate, they come here to learn and then go back home. They call the spirit world their home, their real home. And their time on earth, during any of the incarnations, they're coming to learn certain lessons here and then they want to go back. Some even spirits I've seen, they call it a playground for our soul, where we are given a body to use to grow, develop, and learn lessons necessary for each and every spirit's own soul's evolution. So they always say that once our lessons on earth have been learned, we transition back and become those pure spirits. And that what is that transition? How do they do? That is death. Through the means of death, they transition back into the spirit world and become pure spirits again. After dying, we can return to earth in another physical body. If a spirit wants to reincarnate again and continue their spiritual path of evolution, if that spirit chooses to. It's always the spirit's choice. And the only change that has occurred, you can say, in death is that no longer they're bound to the body. The spirit no longer has a body. It is not bound by that body any longer. And our spirit continues to live on. It just moves into the spirit world. And once in spirit, we are free to move, like I always talk about, we are free to move between the spiritual and the physical worlds. That means when the spirit transitions back and goes back to the spirit world, the spirit can anytime come back to this world, to the physical world, our world, without the boundaries of time, money, or work. They have no limitations. Nothing is binding them. So they're free to travel as and when they need or as and when they want to. And since the energy of the spirit still exists, and over time, once they're comfortable, the deceased loved ones, they may try to send us signs to let us know that they're still watching over, and they always do. And normally, what I've seen, they start sending signs quite immediately after reaching the spirit world. Sometimes within the next few days, you will start feeling the energy, you will start feeling the signs around. So it is like that. And this was number one, that the death is not the end. The spirit never dies, it is eternal. Next truth is that you always have, this is the second one, that you always have your loved ones in heavens, their love, support, and guidance available from the other side, means from the spirit world. So after transitioning into the spirit world, the deceased loved ones often they stay very active in watching over their families, in assisting them in anything they need, visiting them. So it is not uncommon for parents or grandparents or spouses or kids to, come into the reading and take credit for the strings they have pulled. Sometimes they say, oh, we helped them do this. We were guiding them. So it's like that. They are always um, looking after the welfare of the people they have left behind, the families, their loved ones on earth. So if you're interested in connecting with a loved one in this way, then I would seriously suggest for some guidance from a deceased loved one who had specialty in a particular area in which you need help. So if you knew that this particular person, say a grandfather, was very good in something and I can seek assistance or guidance from him, then connect. You should connect and seek guidance. It is always very, very helpful. And to start connecting with your loved ones in heaven, your best thing is to begin by asking for guidance. Because if you ask, that means you find it important enough and it'll make them happy that you are still wanting to be connected. You are still seeking their guidance. And from those individuals that you knew well and were close while they were still alive, if you ask them, your own family members, your loved ones in heaven, they really feel happy about it. And while it is not uncommon for long lost ancestors to be watching over you, like we always say that our family members, our ancestors, we have their blessings, we always seek their blessings, that they're watching over us, it will be easier to connect with and feel the energy of someone you knew. Ancestors, when I say ancestors, it could be a few generations before you, where you may not have met them physically. But if you connect with somebody with a spirit like a grandfather or a parent or a child or a sibling or a spouse whom you have really spent some time with, then it makes much more sense to connect, in the sense you feel the closeness even now, even in spirit. Because if you're connecting to your ancestors, you can pay your gratitude because you are their lineage. But if you're connecting to, say, a parent, then you know that you've spent the life with them and you've had a very close bond personally. So you will connect in a very special, different manner. And to know who's in spirit watching over you, you should start understanding energy, and you should start recognizing or understanding the spiritual experiences that you've had. And these include your dreams, your dream visitations, and sometimes your intuition calling out, hey, maybe, or suddenly remembering somebody, your intuition calls out like that, hey, this person is around. Do you hear them or see them? So this is how you connect. And if you've had a deceased loved one connect with you in a dream, then feel the energy of a loved one near you, then try to connect with that person. And just to let you know, it's not just the family members that you who come and visit you, or it is a pet also. If you had a pet, be it a pet or a person, you can connect to the energy of both. If you When you have a pet, it's like a family member, so you can connect to that energy also, and they also visit you after death. So you can always connect to your loved ones in heaven. So the number two was, you always have their support, love, their guidance available to you from the spirit world, from the other side. Okay, that never ceases to end, and they are more than happy to watch over you, to guide you, to shower their love on you still from the spirit world, from the other side. And finally, the third one, your loved ones are same, but they are now much more joyful and brighter and happier. So many people believe that when our loved ones cross over, they have ascended into a consciousness and are now enlightened beings with all the answers. So in certain cases, it is the situation, yes, it can be true, but your loved ones are usually happier, brighter, more joyful, and more themselves than ever before. Once they cross over, your deceased loved ones does have an opportunity. Once they're back into the spirit world, they have to go through a life review from their birth until their death, And what is a life review? It means that they're shown all the good and bad moments of their lives or events or situations. If they did something good, then what was the effect later on? What was the ripple effect for that? If something they did was wrong, then what was the ripple effect? How did it affect the other people around? They have to go through this life review where they understand their lessons, how much they have learned or not. Also, from their perspective of everyone they have ever interacted in their life, this gives them a better perspective, how they handle people, how they kind of treated people in their lifetime when they were on earth. Through this process, I would say they learn about the growth that they were meant to experience or the lessons they were meant to learn on this earth, which they call the school. Did they follow their soul path or not, and understand who they impacted and how deeply they impacted, and then gain a broader perspective on the role they played in the lives of everybody around. So their relationship with everybody, how was it? So that all they see, and your loved ones may come back to you to visit you with the insight they gained, or maybe sometimes an apology about how they acted. Because once they know that it was not right, then they are apologetic, so they may like to come and say that to you. And while they can see life and have gained understanding, the essence of who they are has not changed. How they were here on earth, that doesn't change. Only thing changes, they are much more sharper, they are much more brighter, and they are usually more happier, joyful, full of life, amplified. So your loved ones are living on. They just don't go away. And you can ask them for your help in guiding you. They are the same person who they were here. They share the same love and emotions which they shared before when they were here. Nothing changes, except you might feel that sometimes when a person is sick for a long, long time and that person goes away, dies, then after that, in spirit world, that person is healthy again, is cheerful again, and you will see that they will come back in that form, happier form, healthier form. So all that can change. If you're asking, that means you're remembering them. That means you are in a way even honoring them, and you're still recognizing that there is still a part of your lives, and that means a lot to them. So thank you all for watching. And before I leave, I would ask you all, please do like this video, subscribe my channel if you have not done it so far, and do not miss to hit the bell icon so you can be notified of all my upcoming videos. Share this with anybody who would like to know about such things. And thank you for watching.